The Dynatoi was a legal term in the Byzantine Empire used from the 10th century on, denoting the senior levels of civil, military and ecclesiastic officialdom, who usually, but not always, also commanded considerable fortunes and landed estates, although such positions were not usually hereditary. By the late 10th and early 11th centuries they had started to become monopolized by a limited number of families who by the mid-11th century formed a hereditary aristocracy. Although the exact composition of the Dynatoi class has been the subject of considerable scholarly debate, in economic terms, it encompassed the wealthy landowners as opposed to the middling and small landowners, the penates. The former were usually members of military families, who had been able to use their influence to grab up the extensive lands that had been abandoned, especially in Asia Minor, as the result of the invasions of the 7th and 8th centuries. As the empire's military position recovered from the 9th century on, these lands became profitable again, and major provincial magnate families began to appear. Among the main examples are the Phocades and the Malinoi, who almost monopolized the senior administrative and military posts in Asia Minor in the early and mid-10th century. The Dynatoi were able to use their political and financial strength to enrich themselves at the expense of the penates, who had hitherto formed the main pillar of Byzantine society and economy. Consequently, several emperors from Romanos I Lake Harpanos to Basil II enacted agrarian legislation to combat the activities of the Dynatoi, and to prevent their acquisition of the Stratiatica Catemata, the military lands allocated to the maintenance of the thematic armies. Basil II in particular showed care to check the Dynatoi through the imposition of the Alilegnon tax, making them liable to pay the taxes of their poorer neighbors. In the event, these efforts failed due to the rise of the provincial aristocracy, represented by the Komnenos dynasty, to power. In the 12th century, large latifunding spread throughout the countryside at the expense of smaller communities. The influence of the Dynatoi reached its apogee in the Paleologan period, and was marked by a concomitant decline in the authority of the central state government. Bibliography. Capel, Andrew J. Dynatoi, in Kazhdan, Alexander, Oxford Dictionary of Byzantium, Oxford University Press, pp. 667–668, ISBN 978-0-19-504652-6. Leu, Angeliki, ed. The Economic History of Byzantium. From the 7th through the 15th century, Dumbarton Oaks, ISBN 978-0-88402-332-6, especially, pp. 1074–82, 1087–1091. Lemela, Paul, The Agrarian History of Byzantium from the Origins to the 12th Century. The Sources and Problems. Galway University Press. McGeer, Eric, The Land Legislation of the Macedonian Emperors, Pontifical Institute of Medieval Studies, ISBN 0-88844-288-2. Morris, Rosemary, The Powerful and the Poor in 10th Century Byzantium, Law and Reality, Past and Present 73, pp. 3–27. Ostrogorski, George V. Agrarian Conditions in the Byzantine Empire in the Middle Ages, Cambridge Economic History of Europe, Volume Iota, Cambridge University Press, pp. 205–234. External link in, chapter equals. Rosser, John H. Dynatoi, Historical Dictionary of Byzantium, Scarecrow Press, pp. 162–163, ISBN 9780810874770. Toynbee, Arnold, The Encroachments of the Delta Upsilon Nu Alpha Tau Omicron Iota on the Land Holdings of the Pi Epsilon Nu Eta Tau Epsilon Sigma and the Emperor's Agrarian Legislation. Constantine Porphyrogenitus and His World, Oxford University Press, pp. 145 to 176, ISBN 0-19215253-X.